Once upon a time, there was a young man named Kai who was afraid of everything. He was afraid of heights, he was afraid of spiders, he was even afraid of the dark. One day, Kai decided that he had had enough of being afraid. He went to a Zen master and asked him how he could become fearless. The Zen master smiled and said, "There is no such thing as a fearless person. Everyone experiences fear. But the difference between a fearful person and a fearless person is how they deal with their fear." "How do I deal with my fear?" Kai asked. "The first step is to acknowledge your fear," the Zen master said. "Don't try to run away from it or pretend it doesn't exist. The more you try to suppress your fear, the stronger it will become. The second step is to understand your fear," the Zen master continued. "Ask yourself why you are afraid. What is it about this situation that makes you feel scared? Once you understand your fear, you can start to challenge it. The third step is to face your fear," the Zen master said. "This doesn't mean you have to do something that makes you feel completely comfortable, but it does mean that you need to take small steps towards confronting your fear." Kai thought about what the Zen master had said. He knew that it wouldn't be easy to face his fears, but he was determined to try. The next day, Kai went to the top of a tall cliff. He was terrified, but he forced himself to climb to the top. When he reached the top, he felt a sense of accomplishment and relief. He had faced his fear, and he had survived. Kai continued to face his fears in small steps. He learned to ride a bike, he went swimming in the ocean, and he even spoke in public. As he faced his fears, he became less and less afraid. He learned that fear is not something to be avoided. It is something to be faced and overcome. One day, Kai returned to the Zen master. He told the Zen master that he was no longer afraid. The Zen master smiled and said, "You are not fearless. You are simply a person who has learned to face your fears." Kai understood what the Zen master meant. He knew that he would never be completely fearless, but he also knew that he was no longer controlled by his fears. He was free to live his life to the fullest. The moral of the story is that fear is a natural emotion, but it doesn't have to control us. We can learn to face our fears and overcome them. When we do, we can live our Li.